Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with works you collect compulsively, or works that I collect compulsively. I'll bet you do too. So, because they're wonderful. I mean, they're absolutely wonderful. And today's compulsive, and I mean compulsive, I mean I got to hear every version ever made and really compare them to my faves and make sure that they're fabulous and get annoyed when they're not and all of that stuff. It's Ravel's complete Mother Goose ballet. Oh, I remember the first time I heard this piece. It is so magical. It just blew me away. I'll tell you which version it was, and it's on my list. It's not my absolute total favorite, but it's one of them. Absolutely, one of the ones I listen to quite frequently. Seiji Ozawa with the Boston Symphony, because I got his complete Ravel orchestral music from the International Previews Society when I was like 12 or 13. And I wanted, of course, Bolero. I knew that, and I knew some of the other pieces. I'd never heard of this thing. It's like Mother Goose. I mean, I know who Mother Goose was, and I knew Mother Goose fairy tales and whatnot, but that he wrote a ballet about Mother Goose or whatever it was, I don't know. I put it on, and from the very first notes, it just transports you. It's so fantastical. The orchestration is for a small orchestra, but used with such finesse. And it's a big orchestra in range, from the highest harmonics of the violin, the high notes of the piccolo, to the lowest notes of the contrabassoon. I mean, wonderful rippling celesta passages, harp writing, gorgeous woodwind solos, English horn and oboe. Just marvelous. Only a couple of horns. That's all you need. I mean, the rest of it is it's just magical. And the finale, the finale, the fairy garden, possibly the most beautiful thing ever written for strings, or one of them. I mean, it's way up there. It's so heartbreakingly beautiful. And I remember I loved the piece so much that at the time I was taking piano lessons, and I learned, that it had been written for piano, four hands, or two pianos, or something like that. But there was also a version for one piano, one hand. No, one piano, two hands. Pardon me. One hand. No, it was for two hands and one piano. That was the thing. And I got it. And I learned it because it wasn't hard. And I was actually able to play it pretty well. And what fascinated me about that last movement, the fairy garden, was that it sounded so much better for strings than it does on the piano. And it's beautiful on the piano. I mean, the harmonies themselves are what do it. I mean, the harmony is just exquisite. But the timbre of the strings, the warmth of the strings, gives the whole thing an emotional boost that the piano absolutely can't match. Oh, and look who's here. Wait a moment. Here we go. Hey, Mildred. Hi. Oh, she's resting. Yes. She loves her Ravel, don't you? Yeah. Anyway, so let me get back to this. Sorry, I just had to let her make her little, here, we can put that there. There, she can be in here if she wants to be. So anyway, it absolutely blew me away just how Ravel was able to completely reimagine the work as if the piano original had never existed. Beautiful though it is, it's a whole different piece when you hear it in the strings. So anyway, it just knocked my socks off. And I collect every single version I can because I want to see, what the moments are, right? When you listen to a piece, you want to hear the wonderful contrabassoon and the conversations of Beauty and the Beast. You want to hear the fabulous tinkly Asian percussion. You want to have a celesta that has this magical, wonderful resonant quality. It's not like clanky or ridiculous. And that conclusion, the final chord with the suspended cymbals of the glockenspiel and the strings spaced out. It's got to leave you vibrating when the sound finally stops. Anyway, it's an incredible work. And there have been many, many beautiful performances of it, including, here are my top 5. And these are my top 5. As again, these are not repertoire videos. I'm not talking about the best ever. I'm talking about the ones I choose when I want to hear the work. 30 minutes of total, complete, haunting, magical gorgeousness. First, the London Symphony Orchestra with Claudio Abbado on Deutsche Grammophon. His Ravel cycle was fantastic, one of the best things he ever did. And he doesn't get a lot of attention for it. He doesn't get a lot of credit because, he wanted to position himself as a Mahler, Bruckner, German. I don't know why he bothered. I really don't, when he could do Ravel that well. But he wasn't really known for his French music. But he was a micromanager, and Ravel was unbelievably persnickety. And so they fit well together. It's a terrific, terrific Ravel cycle. And the Mother Goose is one of the most beautiful things in it. The Berlin Philharmonic with Pierre Boulez, the greatest thing Boulez ever did in his late period. His Debussy was also very good with Cleveland. It was wonderful. But the Ravel with Berlin was really special. They were totally up for it. The playing is exquisite. The sonics are terrific. Boulez is totally into the music. There's something, I don't know, kind of sweet about the fact that Boulez, who started life as this cold avant-gardist, wound up totally enamored of this exquisite, fantastical, escapist music by Ravel. I mean, I don't know what it means, but it means something. Next, the Paris Conservatory Orchestra, the Orchestre de la Société du Concert du Conservatoire, with André Cluytens. This was the high point of their Warner legacy. It really was. Their late recordings, the last great statement by this orchestra, before it was disbanded and sucked up into the Orchestre de Paris or whatever happened to it. Oh, it's such a pity. It had such a wonderful characteristic sound, and Cluytens was an amazing conductor. They loved each other and did wonderful work together. So yeah, have to have that one on Warner. Then here's the Boston Symphony Orchestra with Seiji Ozawa on Deutsche Grammophon. It has the most beautiful final chord you will ever hear in your life. I mean, whatever you think about what happens before, and it's all wonderful, don't get me wrong, but you may have your preference for other versions. That final chord just sells the whole performance. It's spectacular. You also have fabulous solo woodwind playing, really, really beautiful. I mean, even the Celesta sounds great. It's just terrific. However, the one that I turn to most frequently, and the one that I love most of all, is Jean Martinon with the Orchestre de Paris. I mean, Martinon was a composer. He conducts, as did Boulez, with a composer's ear for detail, for sonority, for timbre, and nobody, not even Martinon himself, because he recorded the suite for RCA in Chicago. But in this performance, he lets the glissandos and the harp at the end really come out. I mean, spectacularly so. It may have been the engineers as much as it was Martinon. But wow, what a sound when you hear da, 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 ba, ba, and the harps are going, oh my God, it's fantastic. The whole performance is that way, though. It's so keenly aware of the wonderful, wonderful sounds that Ravel is getting out of his orchestra and the exquisitely long melodic lines. Oh my God, it's to die for. Absolutely phenomenal. So those are my 5. If you have others, of course, I'm curious to know what they are. They won't be as good as my list, of course. I mean, what possibly could be, but I am curious to know. And I'm just kidding, folks. I know that there are plenty of people out there, because I've talked about this work enough times by now, to know that it has a following. And so I'm really, really interested to know what we've dug up, because it's been recorded now so many times, and quite often very well. So there are many others that I did not mention that may deserve an occasional notice. Feel free to chime in with your selections and keep on listening and collecting compulsively. Thank you for joining us, Mildred. Yeah, that was nice of you. Take care.